What up? Pressure washing, anybody of any age? Jason Guyman here, king of pressure washing. I'm going to talk about pressure washing successes. I posted this in the group today or the other day, and I got a bunch of things. I'm going to talk a little bit maybe about some burnout. I've seen some people, have burnout. Actually, Chad, I had a chuckle. I actually left it up here. Chad said, "You still hosting church tonight?" And I put, "Yep, you're one of the first ones on here." And so I want to hit on a lot of things tonight. I named this pressure washing successes, but I'm going to hit on some things that I've been dealing with, some things that I know other people have been dealing with. And obviously I want to hit on the successes, but I also want to hit on some other things that you don't want to miss for sure. And so this is going to be one. I don't know if anybody will show up or what, but I don't care. I do need to get back over here to Facebook, but so if anybody is commenting, I am on Facebook and YouTube tonight. And so I put a post in my group the other day asking, because I love successes and I want people to be successful. And so and one thing that I've learned here recently, and I've known it for a while, but if you don't ever put your goals down, you don't know what successes you hit. And if you don't ever win on your successes, then what's the next success? And so I want to hit on that. And this is any business, this is anybody. And so on this great Easter, we went to church this morning with my family. I always go to church on Sundays whenever I'm not traveling or with my kids traveling. And so these are some things. I'm going to shut this down before. So that way, if you are on Facebook, actually that's not the right one I want to be on, but if you are on Facebook and you comment, I want to be able to hit that. Before I get too long here, I see somebody posted something about a battery. I'll hit on that real quick before, that way, Luke, you'll be able to know what I'm talking about here. What up, Tyler from Facebook over here? We have Tyler over here, and we have Mark Scrawler. Jason, quick question. I'm in split decision. We need a decision now. What is that? What is it now? Should I go full-time pressure wash and leave my current job? Ho, 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 ho. That's a good one. That's up to you, brother. That is a tough question. That is a tough decision. There's a lot of things that go along with that I think that should go along with that, obviously. And here's my thoughts, and I know this ain't going down the road, and I'm done jumping on trails of this, but here's my thing about going full-time pressure washing. If you have a family, depending on every circumstance is different. Do you have a wife that works? Do you not? Does she have insurance? Do you not? And all these decisions are coming at you what you should do. And this is some things that if you do have a spouse or you do have a wife, I would say try to build up 3 to 6 months worth of savings, try to pay off some debt, and then go full time. If you want to just jump out of the boat and, if you're only making 15, 20 bucks an hour and you think you can do better than that, jump and go. I'm not going to be like, well, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. It is really up to you. Now, here's what I will tell you. When you jump out of the boat to go full time, one thing about it is fire is under your tail. Because, when you're working it as part-time and you're just trying to get this going, it is definitely something that you need to be able to do. So that is something definitely there. So my decision, it took me a long time before I went full-time. I was going to actually hit on some of this tonight of setting goals. And I'm actually on the backside of that. And what I had to do to be able to quit the firehouse. And that was a huge, huge thing that I had to do to be able to quit the firehouse. There were several things that I had to do. And so It was just, I could have done it earlier, but it would have been a little bit slower to do that. The Voxer course, you guys asked, I ain't even gonna get started here. And I'm not even gonna get started here. And you guys done got me questions going down rabbit trails every which way. Here's what I'm gonna do with that. I do have a um, a Voxer program, but I want to do some type of mentorship coaching thing. I've had 3 or 4 people or accountability group that I want to do. I'm kind of setting it up, and I haven't gotten the actual thing set up, but my goal is by May 1st to have it up and running. And so my goal is to get it up this week to whatever my price is going to be. It's not actually going to be Voxer. It's actually going to be a little bit different because I want it more personal, and that way I can get personal in your business. You can get personal with me. It's going to be a different app. It's going to be called Volley, and we're going to do it as a group. And so my goal is right now, it might be one group. I might push it into 2 groups. Depending on how many people I get to join up. And my 2 groups would be, one group is a person that's doing 50, 75, 100,000 plus versus the ones that are just starting. Because when the people that are just starting versus the one here that are completely different problems that you're running into. So these are some things that I want to hit on too. So awesome questions. I got to get back focused, guys. Focused. Jason's got to focus. So went to church this morning, had great time at church, talked a lot about different things, and that was awesome. Went to my in-laws. From our in-laws, I ate way too much food. I've been trying to do a diet, not a diet, but like exercising, and hired a coach and everything to try to lose weight. And I failed at it today pretty bad. It ain't even funny. It was bad. The last 2 days I failed hard. And so, because I also know that health is very important, and you all should take health very important. And so some of these things are where I want to grow myself personally. And one of those is keeping my health so that I don't fall over, because I don't want to die, and that's something not good. And my health is definitely one of those things that I want to do. Well, that's awesome. High five. That's a celebration right there. Clapping right there. High five, True Alpha. 60 pounds keto. That's amazing. So I'm going to hit on, and then somebody had said something about my pressure washing in-person dates, and I'm going to actually hit on this. And this is the success story that comes out of this. So I had posted something in my group that went along, what are your goals this week, and did you achieve them? And John Hopkins, he actually came to my class, and he's done well. I think he did a little over $150,000, $200,000 last year. And that was his second year in business. He actually quit a full-time engineering job. He has a son. He's kind of the stay-at-home dad. His wife is a doctor, and he has been doing pressure washing. And his goal this year was to bring home, not actually make, but bring home over $100,000. And so he came to my class my last class that I had back in April, or early May, or March. I believe it was in March, down in Raleigh. And we had a great time with him. We all kind of ribbed him and gave him a hard time. That class was awesome. And so in that class, one of the things that he wanted to do was bring home over 100,000, basically, in his pocket. And again, he did 200,000 last year, and I think his goal this year was like 300. His goal was to bring in over 100,000 in his pocket. And so we had a good time. John is very introvert. He didn't say 10 words unless we ribbed him and got him talking. And so John came to the class. He did that in the Christmas light class. And John was awesome. He's down, I believe he's in South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere in the Carolinas. And he started his pressure washing business. Again, he was just an engineer. He hated his 9 to 5. And so with that, he put on my post that day that he got 3 jobs a day. His goal is to do 3 jobs a day, and he had over a $12,000 week, all residential, and that was a new record for him. And so, obviously, that is awesome. And he had been doing this stuff. But the one thing that and he has done, the way I believe, if I remember right, of doing a lot of this stuff was he did a lot of mailers. He didn't do a lot of Facebook before this, because he didn't like being seen. I think he did a lot of mailers. I don't know what else he did for that. But the one thing that he learned from my class was all responsibility, because I go in pretty deep in responsibility and I talk a lot about responsibility and doing packages. And so that was the thing that, I asked him. I said, that's great, per house. And then he put responsibility for the win: packages, packages, packages. And this is so important that we take this seriously when we're doing this, because if we give the customer a $600-700 bid and we don't give them a $1,500-2,000 bid, we're leaving money on the table. Now, it's not to say they're going to take those bigger items, but these are some things that we have to do to try to get our average ticket up, try to get those things so we can get our average pricing up. And it doesn't matter what business we're in, it doesn't matter any of that stuff. It just matters that we have to be able to use packages and to drive it up. And these are some things that is awesome to be able to do. And so this is, this is something here. And I'll even, you don't need responsibility. You're right. You don't need it, but you do need to add it on every package. You need to make a package deal for everything. And he doesn't quote in person, and you don't have to quote in person. Now, I know I seen Ray and he was talking about how, and you know what? That's fine. That's one way of doing business. I'm not saying that's the only way to doing business. I'm not saying you got to do it online. I'm just saying is you have to do packages. And I don't care if you go in person or if you do it online. I got my business to $1 million. We did it $1 million 2-3 years in a row. It's probably still doing, actually, I think right now it's probably doing 2 million because they just bought another business. So it's probably doing $2.5 million is what they're going to do this year. And they do it all online, no in-person quoting. And, they actually do the bidding in another country, in another state. They don't even do the bidding here locally. And so, this is how you can grow a business. This is how you can get your business to the next level. And this is a way that you can see that. I disagree. Quoting in person allows you to see the rest. Here's the thing. If I see oxidation, I'm not going to change the way I bid. It's oxidation. I'm not going to get that often, and that's not something that I can do. If it's rust, well, am I going to charge extra or not? That's up to me if I want to, or not even worry about it. And so these are some things that, in person versus online, here's the thing about 2022. A lot of people, when you go to their house twice and you have to be face to face, they don't have time for that. And that's the difference between online bidding and in-person bidding. An online bidding job, I can get that person a bid within 15 minutes of that phone call. They can have a bid in my hand and they can schedule it. You're going to have to bid maybe tonight, tomorrow, the next day, before you ever get there. And so, like I say, can you get higher tickets if you're good bidding in person? Absolutely, 100%. Can you close more jobs? Maybe. I can show you 2 businesses that are next to the exact same city, or they're one city apart. One's in Orlando, one's in Lakeland. This guy closes 50%. This guy closes at 50%. This guy's at like $800. This guy's at $800. So, I can show you the case for both things. Now, the in-person, he's paying a salesperson to go out there, spending all day to be 3-4 jobs a bidding to make that same price, where this guy is not paying that. And so these are some things that you have to think about. And this video wasn't even for the in-person, out-of-person thing, but this is just some things for doing this. I will get to your question, William. I got lots of questions I see people hitting on here, and I will scroll back or I'll ask for them. So that was one awesome success story. Frank Lamb booked a lot of big jobs next week. My goal has always been to make more money than my last job. And right now I'm making 2 weeks paycheck in a days of work. And so that's the awesome thing about pressure washing is you can make as much money in 1 day that you take to make in 2 weeks. And that is the beautiful thing about pressure washing. That is the awesome thing. Now, are we going to get this on low bidding? No. Are we going to get this on not doing packages? No. How do we get these high tickets? Packages, packages, packages. That's what I'm going to hit on is packages, packages, packages. Nick Nutter put a $1,500 day, which is crushing it for him, and that is awesome. Awesome. What does Pink Robin put on here? Pink Robin just put something. I agree, Jason. I've tried in person and over the phone. Hands down, they have been most interested in getting that quote ASAP and not waiting to have to meet them. That is my experience so far. And it comes back to what is the customer's experience? People want that now. And here's the thing. This is also an impulse buy. This is one of those things. I want it now. I want it done now. I want to buy it now. And so these are some things that, it is now. We want it done now. And that's the awesome thing about it. I asked the customer if they want to do an in-person or if they just want an instant approval over the phone, remote, and accommodate and price accordingly. Yep. Awesome. So these are some awesome things that happened this week. Another thing that I'm going to hit on success for me this week was last week I put a challenge in my Pressure Wash Help Facebook group. You have to be a member to be in it. And I haven't actually looked at, but I had probably 10 people doing Facebook Lives. And that's an awesome success story because that's another success story that I will hit on. So I had a guy that is Clay. Clay is from Alabama. And Clay came to my Florida class down in January. And Clay is one that I would have never thought I could have got him to do a Facebook Live. Sometimes I know I make fun of him sometimes and I aggravate him, but it's in good fun. I love Clay. And he was one that I was able to see him do a Facebook Live. And he literally tried to do a Facebook Live and he's like, I don't even know how to do a Facebook Live. But he ended up getting out of his comfort zone and he did awesome at it. And that is some things that I love seeing people in my group. Now, I got to go and award a t-shirt that I just got in Saturday. So if you come to my pressure washing class this upcoming in 2 weeks, I will be, and if you want to check that out, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/ I think it's in-person training is a better one. In-person training. And so you will get a t-shirt as long as I have the right sizes. Somebody might get a little short one or a little small one, but they can get over it. And so Clay did an awesome in-person online live. And so that was awesome to see several people do Facebook Lives, get out of that comfort zone and do a Facebook Live. Because that I know is a big deal to a lot of people. And, did they book a job out of it? No, it was only literally in my group. But the point of it is I want you to be able to do hard things because you can do hard things. And if you're willing to do hard things, you can be amazing. You can do amazing things. You can set yourself up for financial freedom. You can get yourself out of debt. We have a guy that was in Florida that was in so much debt and he got completely debt free. And so I got I got 2 or 3 guys down in Florida. Another guy, Andrew in Savannah, They were in debt. They were trying to get out of debt. They were living in a camper. They wasn't even living with their kids. Their kids were in the house up in the front. They were living in a camper, barely getting by, and lost his job because of COVID. And this year he's going to do over $1 million in pressure washing and painting. He's a painter by trade. He was making $40,000 a month doing painting, or I'm sorry, $40,000 a year doing painting. And this year they're on track to probably do over $1 million between pressure washing and painting alone. And these are the awesome things that you can do. You can do these things. And so the reason why I'm talking about these two different ones of, starting to do Facebook Lives is just the start of the peak. Andrew sent me some pictures this week of some of the posts that they've been posting on their Facebook Live, or they do like 3-4 posts a day on their business page and go live every day. And some of their posts is getting like 1,000 views, 1,000 different things, 100 comments on it. And so these are reason why I want you to try to start doing these little things, because once you start doing these little things, big things will come out of it. And that is the awesome thing about that. You can do anything you want. That's the coolest thing about this is you literally can do whatever you want. We normally do in person if the scope of work looks complex, but have rates to give quotes right then. Yep. How much would I look at starting for my equipment? You're probably gonna be $10,000-$20,000 for a nice setup. I'm about to hit my goals. This will be my first year full time, and only second year soft washing for $20,000 a month, and that is awesome, awesome, awesome. I love hearing success stories. I love hearing how you guys are growing and making a difference and changing your all's family tree. And that is the thing that makes me excited for you. So I want to hit on something that ain't so fun. That's going to probably, we hit on success stories, but I also want to hit on the funk. What happens when we get into the funk? And I've been in the funk a little bit. I know that I've seen Benjamin Gregory said that he's been in the funk a little bit. And that's what I want to hit on. And this is some things that I've been dealing with here lately. This is some things that I'm going to be putting into my membership that will be into the mentor side of things and the accountability side of things. But what is your vision? What is your goals? What is your vision? What is your mission statement? And you might say, Jason, I'm just a one-man band. But if you don't know what your goal and your mission is, it can get watered sometimes, and it can get us down sometimes, because why are we working? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? So for personally, Jason, I've been kind of in a little bit of a funk, as in, I set out to do my goals in 2017 when I sold my pressure washing business. I didn't know what I was going to do. I literally didn't know what I was going to do. And I had started doing King of Pressure Washing. I had started doing the pressure wash help stuff, but it hadn't really taken off. And I was a little scared. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so through that, I figured out that I did a I stayed at Pressure Wash Cincinnati, and I worked there for another year. I worked there for another year and a half, and in 2020 is when I finally quit. I think it was 1920. I don't know what it was, 19 or 20. I had finally quit because my online business had started taking off. And so some of my big goals that I wanted to do was, one of them was quit the firehouse. So when I was working at the firehouse, I loved the firehouse. Don't get me wrong. I know I got a lot of firefighters in here, but I love the firehouse. But mentally, it was taking a toll on me. This was right when COVID was coming on. It was right before that. And we started, as a fireman, there's a lot of cool stuff we get to do, but there's a lot of BS stuff that we get to do too, of like EMS. And if we didn't do EMS, we probably wouldn't have a job in the first place. It would all be volunteer, unless you're in like the really, really busy cities. But one of the things that I dealt with quite a bit was on the mental side of things. I got tired of seeing dead people. I got tired of going to overdoses after overdoses after overdoses and not having them come back. It was messing with me mentally wise. And so with that, I was ready to be done out of the firehouse. Now, I was scared. I was with some of you in here that we're talking about in here of what do you got to do to go full time. And so, the fears that I had to deal with is, what do I do for insurance? Well, you can make insurance. You'll have to pay $1,000, $1,500 a month for health insurance, especially if you have a family and kids. And that's just part of what you got to do for your business. And so I finally was able to make it up there. And so some of my goals up before this year was to quit the firehouse. These were BHAGs. And if you don't know what BHAG is, BHAG stands for big, hairy, audacious goals. And it's one of those goals that looks like it's so far out there. In fact, I still have the sheet on my paper over here of what my goals were. And this was in 2018, 2019. And these were my goals. One was to quit the firehouse. That was like the goal that was just way out there. Quit the firehouse. And 2 was to do 6 figures. And I had a couple other things, but these were the 2 that I was like, this is what I want to do. This is my goal. This is what I want to do to be able to live financial freedom, get out of debt, do all the things that I want to do the things I want to tell you to do. And so these are the things that, aren't always easy. And so with that, somebody's bugging me to death. Who is this? With that, I did it. And so I've been doing it, and we've been doing well. And, I get to the point that I'm like, what's next? And so I'm at the point of looking at what do I want to look at 5 years down the road? And I want you to do the same looking at. I want you to look at yourself and tell yourself, where do you see yourself 5 years down the road? I really don't want you to go too much more than that, because things are going to change. Your focuses are going to change. Your education is going to change. And you might say, Jason, how do you mean my education is going to change? Because if you hang around me long enough, I'm going to push you to keep learning. Because if you think you know it all, you don't. I'm sorry. I'm going to be pushing you to read books. I'm going to push you to listen to podcasts. I'm going to push you to do different things. One thing that in my Marketing Monday, so I do Marketing Monday every Monday. I'm not going to do it the next week or two because we're actually doing Facebook. I'm going through all the things of Facebook, but we're going to go through this book right here. I said, you heard this. And this is like, it has audio all different kinds of things, because we all talk different. And I just learned this the other day. And so I'm like, this is huge. This is huge when we're talking to our customers. This is huge when we're talking to our employees. This is huge when you're talking to your wife. This is huge when you're talking to your kids. And so you might say, what does that have anything to do with my kids? What does that have to do with anything with my business? Well, let me tell you something. It has a whole lot to do with your business, because way you learn in this book is if you're an introvert versus an extrovert, you're going to talk different to each other. If you're this person versus this person, you're going to talk to this person. And so these are some things that I want to teach you and to help you grow, so that way you can grow not just in pressure washing monetary, but you can grow educational. I've been listening to a lot of people lately, and one of the things that keeps coming up is successful people read books. There's quotes out there from the 1900s talks about reading books, and I always used to think that was the dumbest thing ever. But the more I learn, and the more I read books, and the more I go deep and dive in, it makes so much sense. Because when you think you know it all, you don't ever do anything different. You don't ever try nothing different. You don't ever look at anything any different way than other than what I'm looking at. And it's like you're going around in business and in life with blinders on, because I can't look over there because that means I would be learning something. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to knock the blinders off. I want you to learn for yourself. I want to push you. I want you to push me, because when you push me, it helps me out too, because I don't know everything. I will tell you I don't know everything. I know a lot. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot. And I can help you get to where you want to. I can help you get to $100,000. I can help you get to $10,000. I can help you to get to $500,000. I've done $1,000,000 2-3 years in a row. I can help you do that. I can help you get those employees. I can help you do those things. Now, if you're not willing to learn, can I help you? No, I cannot help you. And so these are some things that I want to help you grow your business, so that way you can go out there and do the things you want to do. You know, I really do believe that if I help you grow your business, you can go out there and help other people do whatever you love. Maybe you work the church. I've had a lot of people that work in the church, and they love doing the church and they feel like they're being called, but there's not always a lot of money in ministry. Well, this is another way that you can make your money over here, so you can work in church and help do it over here. Maybe you're amazing at something that you can help other people. I love that I can help people like Greg Townsend. Greg Townsend came to me 2 years ago, 2 years ago. It was right at COVID. Literally started with nothing, absolutely nothing. Didn't even have a pressure washer. He went out, sold a couple jobs, went to the neighbor's house, borrowed his pressure washer, or bought it for dirt cheap, a 2.5, 2.7 pressure washer, and started pressure washing. And he loves doing football. He loves helping people that are on drugs, because he was a drug addict. He just posted the other day that he did 2,400 days, I believe it was. It's 6 years, 6 or 7 years, 2,400 days that he's been clean. And he loves helping people do the same as he's doing. And he would have never been able to do that. He was a cook in a kitchen and worked 60, 70 hours a week, and he couldn't do it. Now he takes off every day at 4:00 so he can go teach his kids in football. He's the head coach of the football team where his son is. And every day, or a couple times a week, he goes and does the meetings for them and helps get people off of drugs. Now, that's what I want to be able to help you do the same thing. Is it all about monetary? No. Is he going to do $200,000? Yes. Does that $200,000 help him do things that he would have never been able to do? Absolutely. He's able to provide for his family. He's able to be there for his kids. And that is what I want you to be able to do for your family and your kids. All right, guys. You guys got me going down tangents. I haven't even started. I don't know. I might just be going down tangents. But that's my goal. Thanks, guys. All right. We'll get off my tangent. Times are changing. Everything is done online or mobile. I did all my quotes in person last year with a 70% close rate. This year is online quotes only, and it's been 75% close rate. And this is what I'm going to tell you, Hunter. You know what it's coming. You need to raise your prices. And I know you're already high, but you can raise them some more. And that's the beautiful thing. Don't be afraid or scared to raise your prices. If you can get down even into that 50% range, and you're still closing, and your average ticket is going up and up, and you're at an average ticket of $1,000, it'll be amazing for you. So this is one thing, is raise those prices and don't be scared of it. If you're at that high of a close rate, that is awesome. And that is so true. Here's another person that he came to one of my classes. He didn't need to come to my class. Last year he did 150,000. He did come to my Christmas light class, and he's going to do more this year in Christmas lights. 9 out of 10, I give a quote over the phone by looking up their address and seeing a picture of their home and square footage. Then when I get there, I can see other issues and upsell. I'm making good money, but I'm having a little trouble keeping busy, unlike last year when it was just me. And now there's some things that you got to look at. And, these are some things that, obviously it's about getting leads, and it's about the lead flow and how do we get more leads. And if it's getting you off the truck, then that's your job, is figuring out going talking and going flipping rocks. You need to be, putting out those signs. You need to be making those Facebook posts and doing those Facebook lives and doing all those things that, that's the whole goal of, if you got an employee, that you really push on how do you get that phone to ring and how do you get those jobs to close. If you can quote a base price over the phone to write, then explain to wash, stains need removed, look up from there. How does Donovan and his new little one are doing? I haven't talked to him. Actually, I thought about that today. I need to call him. I need to put that on my schedule for this week to call Mr. D. What up, Billy Forbes? You speak the truth. I do. This is another guy, you know. I'm going to be on a roll tonight. I wasn't even planning on talking a whole lot. I was planning on giving you all question, and I was literally going to do question and answer. But this is another amazing success story. He came to my advanced Christmas light class and my advanced landscape lighting class. He came to my Christmas light class when he first started. And, this is whenever you hear me talk about a guy that went from a garbage man to a running a $400,000 business last year, and he's going to do $1 million this year. And so them are some awesome things about doing pressure washing. Can I use a foamer to downstream SH and surfactant? Is the SH concentrated the same? I don't believe it is. I don't know what the foamer is going to give you, how much more the foamer is going to give you. Thank you for the knowledge you share. I'm a new business owner, but I'm struggling to get my name out there. And that's, that kind of goes back to what I had told Hunter up there is, this is where you got to do everything in your might to get that phone to ring. You're doing yard signs, you're doing Facebook lives, you're doing in the Facebook groups, you're marketing, you're flipping rocks, you're doing everything that you can do to try to get that phone to ring. And, I know I say a lot of different things, but I really want you to focus on one way of getting business. Obviously, we need to throw a lot of mud up on the wall to see what sticks. But once we see what sticks, we want to keep hitting that nail until it don't go no more. So, I see a lot of people, they start getting business one way, and then they find out that they get money, and then they put a bunch of money in AdWords, but then something happens to that AdWords, and then they quit focusing on other things. And these are some things we got to worry about and make sure that we are doing those things to keeping that phone to ring, because that is the most important part, is keeping that phone to ring. And it can be hard sometimes. And I know that we're just in the beginning of the season. I've only mowed my grass once so far. So we're not in the thick of season yet for most of us. Just started last month part-time. Love this new business, but I have to figure out how to get faster on flat work. Well, that's going to be depending on your surface cleaner. That's going to depend on your machine. If you're only got a 4-gallon machine versus 8-gallon machine, it's going to take you longer. If you're down, if you're putting a house wash mix or a roof mix down, it just depends on how you are cleaning. Let's see. Based on my first failures, I decided to change my script a bit and slow the conversation down a bit and get more details. And this kind of goes back to what I hit on last week of listen, throw the bait out there and let them talk to you. They're going to tell you what they want. And we can sell them the whole world if they tell us what we want. But if we don't listen to what they want, then we're not going to sell anything. Year two, I'm enjoying working less and spend more days enjoying life. Last year, I worked all the time and realized I didn't need to work all the time to be happy. And this, I love this motorcycle Liz life because this is so true. I see a lot of people get in the grind that I got to work 80, 90 hours a week and I got to, and I'm going to do dirt cheap work and I'm going to just work, work, work and then grind, grind, grind. You know, you started a business not to work yourself to death. You started the business to give you more time with your kids, to give you more time freedom, to, be able to hang out with your wife, not to go crazy. Because you're right, the business will burn out you if you don't, and especially if you don't have that written down of the stuff. Google Map will give you 75% ideal of dealing with us. I quoted a 1,200 for 2-story stucco house and surface cleaning. There was 3 patio areas and a large driveway. Did I overprice? Don't sound like it. Autumn said, "You talking to me?" On about what? um, do you still offer help getting AdWords for those in your course? I do have it in my course at kingofpressurewash.com in the membership. Or I also, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/Google Ads, that's where I will actually set it up for you. Full-time police officer here. Well, congratulations, workaholic. You are a workaholic. Chip is working a full-time job at the manufacturing place and then running a business. I think his wife's doing a lot of running the business. And I appreciate you very much for that. You have been a key inspiration of my progress. Awesome. Um, I'm scared of leaving UPS as a full time driver. And that can be hard, Jeremy. You're probably, if you've been, I don't know how long you've been there, but if you've been there for any amount of time and, if you get good benefits, and you probably make 100 grand a year or close to it, and you get great insurance and you get great all the other stuff. But you can do it as a pressure washer. And here's the thing about being a driver at UPS: you get in a wreck, you're taking a month off. And that's some things that you got to think about. Or I know you're getting 2 weeks off. We had my UPS driver been here he's ready to retire. He can retire anytime. And last year he got in a wreck and I know it's either 2 weeks or a month that he got taken off where he wasn't able to ride the truck. And so, something misfortune happen and now that job you think that's so secure isn't so secure. Great man. I wouldn't go that far. No. Trying to get my son to learn the business with me. That's a good thing to do. Customers, with my experience, like transparency. The more you're open about what you're doing and how you're doing it and putting your price right up front on your site so they already know what they want. The average millionaire reads an average one nonfiction book a month. That is true. And you might say, Jason, I'm just this lonely old little guy. I'll never be a millionaire. I'm just this little old whatever. I'm just a little old pressure washer. You can't make no money pressure washing. I'm just this little old whatever. You can be a millionaire. Did you know that? Did you ever think that you could be a millionaire? I went to one of the things I'm in the other day, and the kid is 29 years old, and he's a millionaire. He's bought 49 rental houses and has 49 rental houses that he has done and is growing his rental portfolio and is killing it. And he's 29 years old. He still works a full-time job at the VA, and, that is what can happen if you put your head to it and you do the hard things. These are the things that you can do. I'm not just saying this, a lot of people think that we just spray water You can't make no money being a pressure washer. You can't do no money being a pressure washer. You can't do this. You can't do that. Get those people out of your life. You can do it. You can 100% do it for sure. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Are you going to have hard things that you got to overcome? Yes, you're going to have hard things that you're going to have to overcome. But you know what? You can do it. You, right over here, you can do it. And you might think, Jason, you don't understand my circumstances. Well, I told you Greg Townsend literally got laid off as a cook, making 60 grand a year, working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And he's doing well enough for himself. He's doing well. Jason Hefner, being a full-time firefighter. His wife's a teacher, barely making it, dead over their head. He's doing 200 grand a year, part-time, running a fire bit, doing the fire department all at the same time. You can do it. You can do hard things. Is it always going to be easy? No, it's not. Are you going to have ups and downs? Hell yeah, you are. You're going to have big ups and you're going to have big downs. But you know what? If you don't quit and be a quitter, and you know what? If you fail, learn from it. You know what not to do. Everything in my course is because I'm telling you what not to do. Why? Because Jason has failed at it. Has Jason killed fish? What did Jason do in his course to teach you not to kill fish? Don't spray water around the freaking fish pond. Has Jason killed plants and flowers and had to replace landscaping? Yes, I have. What do you do to not do that? Make sure that you spray enough water so that don't happen. Has Jason ever shot a nozzle set through a window? No, but his guys had, and I've had to replace a window for it. So you know what I tell you not to do? Don't point your nozzle set once you change it. Point it at the ground. These are the things that I tell you how to do so you can learn from the mistakes that I've done so you don't make those mistakes. And that's the whole purpose of why I want you to be successful, why you can be successful. Is it going to be hard to make payroll sometimes when you get employees? Yeah, it is. It is. It can be real hard. And, you know, I know somebody that did a big job last year that's still sitting on money that ain't never came. It's over 6 figures and sitting there, not able to get that money. He had to pay all his guys. He had to pay the lift. He had to pay the bleach. He had to pay all that and still hadn't gotten paid for it. Is that can be hard on you? It sure can. Does that make you want to quit sometimes? Sure can. But you know what? When that check does come in and it puts you in a different place, then you realize and if you know what your why is and you know what your goals are and you figured out what your goals are and you start putting systems into place so that don't hurt you in the next time, that can make you better and make you grow and make you successful. One job. What payroll system did you use? Pros and cons? You can use all kind of them. I know QuickBooks has one you can use. You can, like my CPA does it. There's one out there, starts with a G. I can't think of it, is what we use too. But I don't remember what it was. Smallest job I've done since starting is $2,300. Have a bid out meeting next week with the upsells looking at $13,000 to $20,000. Awesome. Jason, let's grow this service business. Let's do it. Have a small goal, $1,000 a month. Can't even get that. Why can't you get it? Are you doing Facebook Lives? Are you doing Facebook posts? Are you putting out signs? Are you door knocking? Are you putting out door clip flyers? Are you putting, and not just one sign, are you putting out 25 signs a week? Are you putting out 1,000 door hangers a week? Are you doing the stuff that you need to do? These are the things that you got to do to make it happen. These are things that you got to do to get that phone to ring. Are you going knocking on doors at businesses and say, hey, I can clean your stuff? Are you doing that? Them are the things you got to do to make that happen. I always do 30% up front to get on the schedule that allows to keep the cash flow clean. Yep. Love pressure washing. Here's the thing I want to hit on. You're worrying about this stuff too much versus worrying about the other stuff. And I don't mean to be bashing you, JR, or Vila, whatever your name is here. But if you're worrying about this stuff too much and you're not worrying about this stuff, about marketing and how to grow your business, that's where you're going to fail at. This stuff here, anybody can do this stuff here. You're worrying about the piddly stuff that don't matter. Use a downstreamer. Don't try to overthink it. Put a downstreamer on it. Put it in a 5-gallon bucket. Pour bleach in it. Put a little surfactant if you want it, and let her fly. That's all it takes to clean. Put a J-rod on the end of it, and you're done. This ain't what grows your business. What grows your business is to get this thing ringing off the hook. This is what grows your business. Marketing, 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 marketing. You know, I do a 2-day course. One day is mostly about pressure washing. And the reason why I say mostly, because the 26 steps of pressure washing that I talk about for about 3 hours, half of that is marketing. 3/4 of that is marketing. Why? Because marketing is important. Marketing is the most important thing about a pressure washing business. It don't matter about your equipment. I can show you some of the gankiest rigs out there that make more money than some of these $30,000, $40,000 rigs. Why? Because those Yankee rigs get this thing rolling and blowing up. And that is the whole goal of what we need to do. Love pressure washing. What up, Artie? JR, I do not think foam will give you high enough treasure. Mr. Chrome made $7,361 in 3 weeks with only 7 jobs at a 50% close rate. High five. That is awesome. He comes to my Monday marketing every Monday, keeps learning how to market. His wife is amazing at doing Facebook stuff. And why? Because they listen to what I'm saying and they don't taking action. And when you take action, things happen. And that's so amazing. When you take action, things happen. And we have to be consistent. We have to be prolific, and we have to be relentless. We can't just do it one day and be like, well, Jason, that you said that signs worked. I put out 5 signs. I never got a phone call. I said to put out 25 signs every week. I said to go put out 1,000 door hangers every day. I said to do 5 Facebook pages or 5 Facebook lives and 5 posts. And, we got to do whatever we got to do to get that phone to ring. Wild Wilderness. I haven't seen you in a while. Has the month of April been slow for anyone else or just me? Make $12,000 last month and only made $2,000 this month. I do know that DJ has actually, he's on target to be where he's at last month, but he feels slow also. And so I think that can be, I don't know. I still think that there ain't a lot of people out mowing the grass yet. And I think that's some of the reason why we're still slow. I did research on Foamer, thinking it would be like an X-Jet. Looks like the draw ratio is 15-1. So no. It's slowing down right now because of the cold. I know. What's the deal with this cold weather? Next weekend, that's the other thing. We haven't even hit 70 degrees here. We hit 70 degrees like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We haven't even hit 70 degrees. But I got great news for you guys. You want to hear what the great news is? It's supposed to be 80 degrees this upcoming weekend. Not this crap that we got today. This crap today needs to go bye-bye. 51 degrees. What the heck? It's supposed to be 80 degrees next week. Snowed here today. What the heck, Riley? Right? Snow? Come on. April has sucked wild, but gutter cleaning has been strong, and the upsells have come from them. It has been in what? That's another thing, guys. Actually, DJ, because a lot of people don't do this. we use a CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management. We use a CRM to put all this great information in there, and we do nothing with it. And that's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Do nothing with it. What do I mean by that? Well, let's do a voice bomb. Let's do a blast text. Let's do different things with those customers, because the best customers are the customers that we've already got. And we already paid $25, $50, $100 for that lead. Why not use them again? That's the dumbest thing we ever do, is we do one job and we never contact them again. Hello? Do a voice bomb. It's amazing. They literally will be like, ding, oh, I got a voicemail. I didn't even know the phone rang. How do they do that? That must be magic. Let me listen. Oh, that's you talking about how you're going to sell your services to them and how they need to get on the schedule. And it's spring and what you need to do. Hello? With money sitting out there, it might cost you $200 to hit your list. DJ's been doing this business 3 years, got over 800 customers in his contact list. Why not use the customers that already used you? That's an amazing thing. Snowed here yesterday down to 39 degrees, 1 to 3 inches possible starting tomorrow. Tonight sucks. I agree, Robert. You keep it up there. I don't want it down here. My goal is low, because I'm trying to get my business to gain ground. People around here are cheap. Oh yeah, you're cheap. Nobody else in the country is cheap, because that's what you think, and you got mental blocks in working that. How do you get away from that? Don't worry about your competition. You know, like I said in the book I read of $100 million quotes, you go around and you see what your competition is, and you see that they're at this price. So what you do, and they're at this price and this quality, so you're going to overdo their quality, but you're not going to cut under their price. And what you don't realize is they're broke. You don't want to be where the broke guy is. We want to be well above the broke guy. These are things that you have to do. Ordered an 8-gallon machine in November, still waiting. Hope it's faster than my 4. It will be, but it sucks that you're still waiting for it since November. Jason, what are your thoughts on using Flexzilla hose to transfer SH to my truck? I need about 60 feet of hose. I use it for my main SH line for my house wash. I can't even talk. Chris from London, UK. What up, dude? All the way across. Been pressure washing green patios for over 30 years because of all the bills growing through the roof. It's getting very hard to get people to spend money now. It's true, but keep telling your community that you're at the best service business nationwide. I have a 8-gallon a minute 24-inch whisper wash cleaner, typically mix at 3.5 to 4 for concrete. In some areas 0 mix because of drainage into creeks or ponds and subdivisions. How do you price a 2-story home? Square foot. Mr. Robert, better late than never. Been watching on my phone for the last 15 minutes. Awesome. Ever been in a real estate? I own a rental house. Other than that, that's about it. Bought it. That was the smartest thing I ever did when I was 21, young and dumb, was I bought my first house. That is now a rental house that's fully paid off. This is my first year going full time. A little nervous. It can be scary. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna lie. It can be scary. It's a big jump. 5 books you suggest. E-Myth. Number 1 book, E-Myth. Actually, I got some more books here too. If you go to kingofpressurewash.com, and down at the bottom of it, or you go to kingofpressurewash.com, and up at the top you'll see resources. When you hit the resource page, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and at the bottom of that page, there'll be my podcast. That I have a list of podcasts for you to listen to. I also have a list of books there, and that's where my list of books is. I need to put it in a better order, but E-Myth is a great book. That's for business. If you want stuff for marketing, anything from Dan Kennedy is amazing. Dan Kennedy is like the godfather of marketing. Dan Kennedy, Russell Brunson, Grant Cardone. Any of those books are great books. No other goal achieved. High five, clapping. I love goals that are achieved. We got 5 star review from every customer we've done work for. That is definitely a high five. High five. That's awesome. Anyone that has always grinded it out and worked a lot, do you ever have those feelings that you're not doing enough now that you're off the truck? I still struggle with it, even though I'm making sales. It's a different mindset. This kind of goes back to the book E-Myth. There's the different levels of technician, and this is definitely one of those things that you have to do. And actually, where I'm going to be doing my membership, where I said I was going to do the how to grow a business, the mentorship stuff, I'm going to hit on it this time. I'm going to hit on it hard. So there's 5 stages. There's really 5 stages to a business. The first stage is survival, figuring out how to make the truck work, how to do it, all of that kind of stuff. That's survival. Then the next stage is the people stage, getting people to do the work for you and all of those good things. The third stage is the leadership stage. This is where you got to come along and start putting leaders in your business and start growing it and letting them do their things. Stage 4 is the executive leadership. This is where you start working those, and this is where you start figuring out different things. This is kind of going back down to your focus. What's your goal? What's your vision for your business? And so you're going to do that through the executive stage. And then last is the legacy, where you're going to put the executives and the leaders, and then you're going to let them work and do their thing. And yes, you can do this stuff even in a pressure washing business. I know it's kind of crazy. My wife was like, "What is that sound?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Jason spitting the fire." I will be a millionaire learning daily. That's right. Be positive, think positive, and it will happen. Um, Big Rob, the only thing I'd be concerned with is overtime if the 12.5 will erode the inner lining of the hose. I don't know. I've been using DJ's got it on his truck and it's been working. This is year 2 with it and hasn't had one issue with it. What is the price of SH around where everyone they're trying to get $5.50 a gallon here from Hawkins? Yeah. Good to great. E-Myth is amazing. Currently reading it now. Yes. Technician, manager, SEO, CEO, SEO, CEO. Drum roll for Jason. Thanks for the super chat. Make sure to tape off outlets. Watching flames suck. It can. I've been there. It's a little butthole pucker. Gusto. That was the other. Somebody was asking about the payroll system chip. I don't know if you're still listening. Gusto is the other payroll app. Then you can downstream it for customer first. Hey, Jason, thank you for sharing your time and experiences. I just like helping you all grow. I want you all to get to where you can help other people too and use your talent so you can do amazing things too. I live in the Bahamas. I like going to the Bahamas. I'm just getting started. I want to learn more about using chemicals. Where do I start? kingofpressurewash.com is the best place to start because I talk about all the chemicals and everything. What is the top 3 books you recommend? E-Myth is the one. The 10X, that was a really good book that I liked. The 10X rule. I don't know. I got a bunch of them. Busting out butts to be 100% out of personal debt by 2024. We have it broken down by month. Hate paying interest. That's awesome, April. High five. That's the most amazing thing ever. I would love to pay my house off. That would be the next thing. That would be awesome. I see. Yes, keep up these lives with Jason and pay attention to marketing. Marketing. First year in business and have $1,137 a day off Facebook ads, 2 jobs. Good job. We sold a $10,000 and April ain't even over yet. That's amazing. Them are awesome success stories. What other success stories? Oh, shoot, I need to get off here. It's already 10 o'clock. I didn't even know I was going to get, I thought I was going to struggle to get people in here tonight. I guess everybody must have ate fat, got happy, and wants to come learn. Jason, set up my AdWords, and I brought in over 30,000 in 2 months so far. You're the man. High five. Woohoo! That's awesome. Clappy, clappy, clappy. Jason, set up my AdWords, and I brought in 30,000 in 2 months so far. That's amazing, dude. Google Ads if you want to sign up for them. That is awesome. I don't even know if I got it on here. Let's see. Is that it? Oh, is that it? Pressure Wash. It's pressurewashhelp.com/Google Ads. I guess I don't know where it is. I have it there, but it ain't coming up. That's awesome, dude. I love that. I'm gonna put that one up again because that was good. I put it out 20 a week. Mr. Manny up in Canada, eh? I'm hitting over 12,000 CAD this month. Started washing first week of April, record month ever. High five. Google Ads, 2 Facebook posts a day, yard signs, mailer, answering the phone. Thanks, Jason. That's another high five. High five, Manny. Awesome. He's another one in my course. Go check out. He's in my course. He comes every Monday night, every Sunday night when I have it, and he is awesome. I do give him a lot of crap because he's from Canada, but that's all right. He takes it, he dishes it right back to me, and that's what makes it fun. But he's also signed up in King of Pressure Washing, and that is awesome. I made 7,000 in 2 days. That's amazing, Roy. Awesome. High five, dude. High five. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love hearing success stories. Success stories are awesome. What does Facebook Live do compared to just regular Facebook? It does a couple things. It will help you in the algorithm a little bit, especially if you do them more and more, and people will start coming and watching you and doing it. And you can interact with people, and that's what's awesome about busting our butts to be 100% debt free personally. Yep, I've seen that post before. It's the pollen here in Virginia. Yeah, that'll, as soon as that's done, it'll blow up for you. Snowing here in Minnesota right now. That sucks. Jason, is legal to partner with my friend's insurance because I don't have insurance yet? Is it legal to partner with my friend's insurance? I don't know how that would work. Probably not. I don't know. I'd call an insurance man to see how that would work. Big box don't sell a lot. I found that the hardware stores carry more of the stuff surprisingly cheaper a foot. Our Home Depot is sky high because it's always in a pinch. Any tips increasing? Yeah, not much. Bigger pressure washer, bigger tips in the surface cleaner. Put some stuff down in the beginning. Do a before and after. Pre-soak it can help it too. It's hotter than Hades here today. I wish. Shut up. That ain't very nice, Pink Robin. The minute we went on vacation and took a break and ran out of signs, the phone stopped ringing. Our marketing works, but gotta stay consistent. Yep. I'm working on a better numbers this year because having $100,000 or a lot of service work completed, but not enough profit because it went to paying all the expenses and still not much. I watched yesterday 33. You were making snow. Let's see. Anything else? All right. You guys, it was awesome. Easter was awesome this year. Again, um, remember what the day is for. I want to help you all grow. So my goal this week is setting up something so I can start May 1st for a mentorship program. I'm probably going to do 2 tracks. If I get enough people, even if it's 2 or 3 in each one, I'm fine with that, even for beta groups. For the people that are just starting and wanting to grow, and the people that are probably 75,000 or $100,000 plus will be in their own group. That group is to get you to $1 million. The other group is to get you to 6 figures. It will be, I want to do a 6-month commitment, so that way you can make sure that you're going to do it. It'll probably be a monthly cost. It'll be a weekly meeting, Zoom meeting, and then it will be you'll have an app that I will be using that literally we'll sit there and talk to each other. And so these are the things that my goal is. If you're just starting out, you can go check out kingofpressurewash.com. I've got everything in there to help you grow your business step by step and the way to make it happen for you. And so these are definitely some things that you want to do. If you want to check out my Google ads, you can go check it out. You were seeing some success stories in there. That is pretty cool. So do that. And in King of Pressure Wash, my membership, every Monday night, I do Marketing Monday, and Marketing Monday is amazing. And so it is definitely something that I would highly recommend you to join to get in there for Marketing Monday. There's anywhere from about 25 to 35 people that come every week and learn and grow together. Some are just starting out and some are well advanced. And so that's the awesome thing about it. So go check that out, kingofpressurewash.com, and let's grow. Let's get you to where you want to be at. Let's get you to the next level. Hope you all have a great night. Hope you all have a great week this week. And I will, whoever's in here that's listening to me still, I will figure out who wins the t-shirt, and I will let you know tomorrow night on Marketing Monday at 9 o'clock who won the t-shirt for last week. And then I will start a new challenge come Tuesday. But if you want a day early on the challenge, come tomorrow night, and I'm going to put a challenge out for next week for you all to start doing more stuff and challenges to help you grow your business. Hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you all later, guys.